Hello everybody, welcome to UroChannel. My name is Stefan Buntrock, I'm a urologist and sexologist. Testosterone is a super hormone. It is one of the defining ingredients of being a man. It makes muscles grow, it is an important part of the human sex drive in men and, that's right, also in women. Because women possess small amounts of testosterone too. Testosterone is like a psychogenic drug. It takes boys and transforms them into Beavis and Butthead, at least for a couple of years, something that is called puberty. Everybody wants it, lots of it, the more the better. So far so good, but I am under the impression that nobody really knows much about it, apart from that muscle enhancing thing. What is a hormone? What is a steroid? What are anabolic steroids? I think it is important to understand what you pray for, so I made this video to boost your knowledge about testosterone so that you'll be able to boast about your knowledge to your friends in the gym. Let's start with the name. In the first half of the 20th century, there was lots of research about it, and as it happened, the testicles were identified as the primary source of testosterone. This led to the name testosterone in a now classic paper published in 1935. It is derived from the Latin word for testicles. So most of it is produced there, but not all. As I said, also women possess testosterone, and they don't have testicles. The other organ which is able to synthesize testosterone is the adrenal cortex. In comparison to the testicles, the amount is small, but recently other androgens from the adrenal cortex have been hyped in science. I am talking about the so-called 11 oxygenated androgens, which may be much more powerful than testosterone. However, their function for the body has yet to be defined. Imagine hormones as chemical messages. There is a sender and there is a receiver. Hormones are produced in one spot, released into the body, and eventually arrive at their target organs or target tissue. Here, they unlock certain defined biological processes within the cell. Steroid hormones are special because they are all derived from cholesterol. You might have learned that cholesterol is bad stuff, but actually, cholesterol is important for the body. Did you know that both the male and female sex hormones are derived from cholesterol? As a matter of fact, estradiol, which belongs to the female sex hormones, is synthesized from testosterone. Fat cells contain an enzyme, aromatase, which is able to do that. So if you are a guy and you are overweight or obese, you have lots of aromatase in your body, which converts your testosterone into estradiol. This is one of the reasons for testosterone deficiency in obesity. Testosterone is a steroid hormone. It penetrates directly into the cells of the body and binds to the androgen receptor. How much testosterone is produced is under the control of the hypophysis. This is a small gland in the brain just behind your nose. The hypophysis reacts to the amount of testosterone in the blood and calculates how much testosterone is needed to maintain a certain level. It then releases a special hormone which is called the luteinizing hormone, LH. LH arrives at the testicles and makes them synthesize testosterone. This happens primarily in the early morning hours, which is the reason why individual testosterone levels peak within the hours before noon. Without LH, the testicles are not able to produce testosterone. This is a problem in doping with testosterone and anabolic steroids because the androgen levels get so high that there is no need for LH. The testicles become lazy and will eventually shrink. In skeletal muscle, testosterone and anabolic steroids control muscle growth through the androgen receptor. Anabolic steroids are synthetic derivatives of testosterone. Their names are, for example, oxandrolone and nandrolone. They are called anabolic because they promote growth, whereas catabolic is used for describing depleting processes of the body. Anabolic steroids have a direct effect upon the androgen receptor through upregulation and by increasing their number. This means that it enables the body to train harder. More intense training pays off in terms of mass gain. However, apart from the fact that doping is illegal in sports, anabolic steroids have a lot of downsides. Simply put, they are not good for the cardiovascular system and have other major side effects, so the risk of dying is elevated by the factor of 3 as compared to non-users of anabolic steroids. Apart from the muscle thing, testosterone is important for maintaining function and integrity of the male sex organs, which is the penis, the prostate and seminal vesicles, and the testicles for sperm production. Testosterone controls mood. Already in fetal life, the male fetus is exposed to testosterone, which has an influence on male brain development. It has been hypothesized that fetal intrauterine testosterone bathing has something to do with creativity and musicality later in life. But as always in complicated research questions, the results of the studies performed were contradictory. However, in testosterone deficiency, men show signs of depression. Without testosterone, men have low levels of energy and lack motivation for daily tasks. Additionally, sexual desire is to a large extent dependent upon testosterone. Testosterone is a super hormone because it is gender defining. Nature is female, so without the influence of testosterone, everybody would be a woman. It is testosterone that is responsible for masculinization of the fetus. Hit Eurolike if you think that was useful information. Subscribe and activate the bell so you'll know when I release a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Do you want to know how much testosterone you got when your mother was pregnant with you? Have a close look at your hands. The 2nd to 4th finger ratio will tell you. Typically in men, the ring finger is longer than the index finger. In women, the index finger tends to be longer than the ring finger. If you are a man and your index finger is equal or longer, your exposure to testosterone was probably low. If you are a woman and your ring finger is longer, your exposure to testosterone was high. Women with a male 2D to 4D ratio tend to have more adverse side effects with oral contraceptives.